E aí, rapaziada, tamo junto. Tá iniciando mais um vídeo no canal Games na tela 1.0. É o único nome que eu achei que dá pro pessoal achar e que não tem nenhum outro nome parecido. Então, se gostarem do vídeo, se inscreve no canal, ativa o sininho, tem vídeo todo dia e compartilhem no Facebook, no grupo de amigos, curtem games, entendeu? Então, bora lá. Tá chegando agora, seja bem-vindo. Desculpa minha timidez, que eu não tô me acostumando com essa parada de fazer vídeo ainda, então vem comigo, bora se divertir. Ah, vou parar que não vou ficar rodando assim não. Mas uma mulher morrendo. Maneiro, maneiro, maneiro. O cara gosta de matar as mulheres com chave de roda.
Of course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue.
I don't know which one I like better.
That bum took a swipe at me, put him down in my fat.
Essa resolução não foi ideal, então.
What are we waiting for?
Another body and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
Exactly. Did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
He's the cop who arrested that movie producer. It's about time some of those movie people went to jail. They think they're untouchable.
I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to stop him with one round.
This is ACB, American.
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper.
Olha lá, tu
We
a mulher
survived
assim.
this. It's going to be a
Calling the
miracle.
House Un-American Activities Committee to order, Chairman J. Parnell Thomas of New Jersey opens an inquiry.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before,
He ran, for God's sakes.
and he always maintained he was set up.
Party members have reached the screen with subversive propaganda. Mr. Thomas takes an impartial stand in his opening talk.
I want to emphasize at the outset of these hearings that the fact that the Committee on Un-American Activities is investigating alleged communist influence and infiltration.
How can I help you boys?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give it?
50 bucks?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on...
Bolinho maciço, filho.
Thanks for the tip. Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build. Dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Today to offer you every peace type wildest dream. With our new House of Land packages, your shining knight can rule his very own kingdom on a half-acre block.
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Herb is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. The Dahlia letters are genuine. The man who killed Elizabeth Short.
Gently.
Meti o louco, sai fora.
And how do we prove that, though? Skipper ain't gonna like this one.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
Penny Central unit, possible 415 at Alvera Street Plaza, Unidam, code 3 identified.
Não vou parar em lugar nenhum, não. Vou pra onde tem que ir, filho. Filho da mãe, mano. Não é que eu viro assim no carro velho. Tem que fazer uma pequena volta ali, né? Calma, só um bocado.
You better be assured.
Jesus, Phelps!
Meu irmão, foi a mulher que saiu, pô, isso é da minha pista. Só posso fazer isso.
You boys ready? Follow me.
We should keep this development with the rings under our hat until this meeting.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Jamilson.
Something like that.
Jamilson.
Guy makes me
Oh,
sick.
Jamilson.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
Ô, Bruninho, tu consegue esse vídeo que eu mandei pra aquela mulher ali? Tu consegue ter no seu celular? Você tem que salvar no celular?
Desculpa, calma, é um negócio importante aqui, mas tem que pegar nada aqui que é importante. Vamos investigar. Eu vou olhar as coisas aqui, vou olhar as bolsas.
Leave the car in front of the hydrant and I'll give you a ticket.
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
Essa mulher tava bêbada. Pô, esse jogo tá repetitivo demais, hein? Pô, gente, isso não, hein? Aí, pô, vai pro lado ali, ó. Vamos lá da bolsa, vamos lá da bolsa.
Someone was trying to get her to come home. We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
Uma pista.
That's gonna be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
Tá, vamos ver aquela marca de cigarro ali.
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her.
Olhar outra coisa. Se tiver também, né? Tem outras coisas assim, olha aqui.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
O dia ali já é mais casca grossa.
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her.
Porra.
It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand. Classic Carmine.
Bastante usado, hein?
Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop. Don't hit him. You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
You just came across the body.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
You found her lipstick. What did you write on her body?
What are you talking about? I didn't write anything.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were
Não
found.
foi ele, não foi ele.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine.
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Porão botou dois socão, filho.
Leave the car in front of the hydrant and I'll give you
Olha, deu um corpo, dá uma olhada no corpo. Já era pra gente ter feito isso primeiro, mas. Tomou um porradão, filho, na cara.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Fazer uma ligação ali, pô. Aí.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor, closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thank you.
Ah, gripei. Peraí, parceiro, peraí, vamos resolver. Vamos nessa loja lá. Peraí.
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
These people are starving. They can't do that.
Calma, não é de atropelar não, já atropelou sem
Fund the
querer.
Civil War against the communists.
Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. You spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
Eita! Porradaço, mano.
Easy.
Meu irmão, vou acabar de destruir esse carro aqui rapidinho, mano.
Watch it, will you?
Já tá fazendo um barulho não confortável. Vou virar bolado, sai pra frente. Vamos de carro. Ou pode ser que a mulher tava devendo. O cara que resolveu da pior forma, irmão.
What can I do for you? LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
Tem que cooperar com a investigação. Cooperar com a investigação. Passei pra você.
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. You know, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here, but I probably shouldn't have let her. An alcoholic in a liquor store. That was never going to work out, was it?
We'll take a look around. She wasn't always such a loner. Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey. I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed. Falling's bowling alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit? To pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it, but she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
When Evelyn bought the booze, did she say who she was meeting or where she was going?
A young drinking friend of hers, I think. Don't recall his name.
Do you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Robbins.
No problem. Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
Oh, let's try him for a change. Oh, pardon me. What are you doing, Doctor? I am about to operate. Oh, how sorry. Now I got it. We are
CI Radio. Check local publications for times of your favorite program.
Any Century unit, a possible 415 at Alvera Street Plaza, unit animal code 3 identified.
O carro tá precisando de um óleo.
Just go easy, Phelps.
Derrubando a carrocinha do cara.
Drink, fellas. Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers, what is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
You say you barely knew Evelyn?
Yes, that is correct.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You look down your nose at Evelyn, but you knew her, and you have some idea of what happened.
I hope you're holding aces. I'm telling you again, I barely knew the woman.
Why would you lend her your book on metaphysics if you only knew her in passing? It was more than that. A Renaissance man like yourself, lending his books to his acolytes.
She hounded me about that goddamn book. And then she lifts it from my apartment and lies to my face that she didn't take it, as if she could even comprehend any of it. I saw her go into a hotel with Tiernan last night. They had booze in a paper bag. He's your man.
Do you have a criminal record? Mr. Capper?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
But nothing reprehensible.
No. The odd parking ticket. That kind of thing.
Thank you for the information.
Esses caras me tiram de novo. Eu não consegui arrancar uma porra desse cara.
Car 11K, Car 11 King, come in. Car 11K, Car 11 King, KGPL.
Boliche, bora no boliche.
A message from Captain Donnelly. Return to Central, go to.
11 King, in or out? Let's not keep the man waiting.
Your nearest U.S. Army recruiting station. Starting salaries at
Corno, corno, corno.
You're going too fast.
Breathe. Breathe, damn it.
Vamos ir na direção dela, fazer o quê? Só... Olha o alvoroço. Carrinho só não quis andar mais não, filho. Olha, tava marcado boliche, foi posto. Que porra é essa? Então, porra, boliche. Ah, tá tudo quebrado. Cadê? Quero um. Eu preciso pegar um carro desse jeito aqui, mano. Aí, porra. É, mano.
Out of the car. Police.
Be careful with it, copper.
Ah, preciso de que eu carreguei esse aí. O carro tá tudo quebrado, filho. Eu vou sem você, irmão. Piadagem.
No harm done.
Your license should be revoked.
All right. Not good.
Hey,
Pronto, esse cara vai estar ali. Olha lá. Entrou no carro, filho.
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
We're conducting an investigation, ma'am. Do you know the name Evelyn Summers?
Sounds like I should. Oh, maybe it could be Jimmy's friend.
Jimmy?
James Tiernan. He's a pin setter. One day he introduced me to a lady after work. It stuck in my mind. Because she was much older, too old for him.
Where can we find Jimmy, Florence?
He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back.
Thanks, ma'am. Let's go get him.
I love these wings. Everyone's a dog.
I said no butter.
Ih, quem é esse cara agora? É pra sacanear pessoas.
Down the left side of the alley.
Tá. Esse engraçadinho que tá jogando ali, ó. Segurança de novo.
You could save all year having it like that.
Goddamn Harry thinks they can impress everyone.
One heck of a weapon. That price is outrageous.
Food wasn't great. You're real nice.
Only a writer, so can't really help it.
Banheiro, então não é dele.
That cherry pie was delish.
I said no butter. Jeez, you have to understand.
Tiernan, LAPD.
Desgramado, mané. Perseguição. Vai dar papo que nós é pica, filho. Não é perseguição. Pior que porra. Vou cair, maneirinho. Entra aí, filho. Porra, o gordinho tá de sacanagem, mano. Entrar no carro, deixar. Ih, tá chovendo pra cacete.
Tiernan, LAPD.
Já tá chovendo. Vem assistir minha live, vem. Fica tranquilo.
There. Careful. You idiot.
Não vou deixar ela escapar, não.
hands where I can see them.
Beleza. Vou falar que não fez nada. Correu, meteu o pé pra falar que não fez nada.
Is the end of that. It's about fucking time.
A gente sujeita o homem isso aqui. Ele quer ir no velho, mano. Esse cara quer ir no carro velho, filho. Nessa porra aí, entra nessa porra então, filho. Irmão, filho.
Not a care in the world.
Porque ele tá de viadagem, vou pegar o carro azul. Vou andar de carro velho não. Pô, não pode.
You chase autographs every night. You write fan mail through the day. You keep your great big head in a scrapbook. Yeah! What the hell?
Just a scratch.
Esse carro aqui eu sou muito ruim, mano.
You know you made it if you got that back.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
You think those Vice boys get any on the side?
I want to make homicide. You know you made it.
Buddy, you drop something? I think his name is Phelps. You brought in the case for that poor lady killed near City Hall.
Yes.
Olive oil comes from Olive. Barker? What is baby?
I don't know who these were.
Wow, that looks like a beauty. You want to make homicide?
got it made. Get that back. Door knocking all morning. I gotta make in the car in the end. I'm out of here.
That's the guy. I heard he's an honest cop. Now that's an oxymoron for you.
You think the wise boys get any on the side?
Gotta have it.
What's up, feeling?
Buddy, you drop something?
How bad is it? Come on, you could tell me.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And follow up on Evelyn Summers. I want daily reports.
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
The cop from the newspaper.
You think those Vice boys get any on the side?
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thanks, ma'am.
Matar desses arroiados. Ah, dessa vez tu entrou no carro, né? Não possante mesmo.
Need a drink. I got the jitters.
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What you got to do with it?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the Slam ever found out.
What are you waiting for? Get after it! We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Whoa, looks like we're going into the tunnels.
God damn it, he'll kill himself.
That's all right, as long as he doesn't kill us. I'm okay with it. Another runner. Well, at least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to lam it.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means, Phelps.
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him.
Sim, pra baixo.
Want another accommodation?
Alguma coisa? Tá.
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Meu irmão, vai pra porra, mano. Vai correndo. Sai fora, vai. Aqui, vai.
LAPD, apologies, ma'am.
I only picked it up an hour ago. You will be careful. You're gonna kill someone!
Cansou, né?
Runner McCaffrey, stay and fight the good fight. McCaffrey, you're under arrest on suspicion of murdering Evelyn
Tomou um
Summers.
soco na boca.
Search the place, Phelps. We're looking for something solid that ties McCaffrey to the crime scene.
A outra parte do...
Doesn't look like anything.
A prova aí,
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see,
cara, acho que eu nunca vou ser descoberto.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be.
Não, isso não. Camisa.
Tiernan set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could?
Porra, eu quero ver a camisa.
Whoever did it. At least it wasn't that Dahlia fuck.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
Circumstantial. Doesn't tell me anything.
É uma prova que precisamos para avançar.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty,
O cara
who
tava
am
com
I to
dificuldade para
argue?
entrar no carro.
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
Esse morro aqui.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want a confession from one of them. Don't fail me, young fellows.
I gave his wife a cat. I said, don't scare him.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
How can you possibly prove Evelyn and I were more than friends? How come this is so hard to believe?
No,
Man and
não era
woman
esse
getting
não.
along, liking each other just as friends.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
No, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Como na verdade.
Evelyn was beaten to death with a lug wrench. We found a wrench at McCaffrey's apartment.
You see? It was McCaffrey. He had nothing but hatred for me and Evelyn.
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
If you don't give me some reason to think differently about this, Tiernan, I'm gonna have to go to the DA.
I drank half a bottle of scotch. I don't remember a goddamn thing.
Tô me fudendo aqui, hein?
The book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at it once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it.
She wanted something of his.
You don't like McCaffrey, do you, Tiernan?
He's full of the common man routine, but he props up a bar like the rest of us. Evelyn thought he was going to be a great novelist. He had nothing but vitriol for her.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
I want to make comments. You know you will.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
Damn.
You're going to have to do better than that, detective.
Yeah, I'm thinking moving up to 45. I want to stop him with one round.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local
Olha o que precisava.
beat the woman to death.
Thanks for your help. You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw. It changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was
Teve realmente nesse minuto.
an opportunity to speak.
Deu pra botar
You
um
told us
som.
before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
Mentira.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
Agora tem que escolher aqui.
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge, beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore. She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country.
You beat her because she stole from you, because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it?
Vai ser preso
How is a
pela
man
saca.
supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys. You bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot in a prison graveyard.
Caputo não, filhote. Caputo não. Valeu, tamo junto. E até amanhã.